Hey there, Agile Adventurer. Just a quick question. What if, for the price of a fancy coffee or half a pizza, you could unlock over 700 hours of the best Agile content on the planet? That's audio, video, e-courses, books, presentations, all that you can think of. But you can also join live calls with world-class practitioners and hang out in a flame war-free and AI slop-clean Slack with the sharpest minds in the game. Oh, and yes, you get direct access to me, Vasco, your Scrum Master Toolbox podcast. No, this is not a drill. It's the Scrum Master Toolbox membership. And it's your unfair advantage in the Agile world. So if you want to know more, go check out scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. That's scrummastertoolbox.org/membership. And check out all the goodies we have for you. Do it now. But if you're not doing it now, let's listen to the podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Success Thursday here on the podcast. This week we have with us Juliana Stepanova. Hey, Juliana. Welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
So Thursday, Success Thursday here on the podcast, of course. But before we dive into what success means, let's take a detour and explore your favorite Agile retrospective format, Juliana.
Actually, I was thinking about this question. What is my favorite format? But format, it's mostly like predefined, like opening, some brainstorm question, and so on. So I focused on the one of exercises that I really like, and I use it overall, even outside my Scrum Master life. It's wedding retro. And it's like very simple stuff. Yeah, I see you are smiling at the moment. So it's actually one of the points why I'm using it, because the people really like when they hear this like name wedding retro, they already have like positive emotions. And behind it, it's actually normal stop, start, keep, and continue, or to invent something new. And what is the main point there? It's something old that really like was working, like to continue to do it. Something new where we have really stuff that we can improve or start trying or experimenting. Something borrowed, perfect area of investigation. If we saw some idea, if we see a new method in another team, what they used, or taken from other area or departments, and we can identify this tool idea and try to implement in our team. And something blue, like blockers, issues, risk in the way of blocking us, or something that we can improve. So it's really like classical exercise, but it's with another perspective of how we are approaching it, with a really funny name. I really like this exercise and using it really all over the time.
Right. Do you have a blog post or an article that we could link to that explains the format?
I will send it from Retromat. I will put the link, yes,
Very
to the
good.
Retromat.
So we'll add the link to the show notes that people can go and check it out. The reason why I smiled is because it's so surprising, right? And it is, as you said, it invokes positive emotions, but also curiosity and surprise. It's like, oh, how would that be? And I really like that. And that's a tool that we have when we host retrospectives, right? We can come up with themes, with topics that I think the word would be disarm, right? Like make people feel more at ease. If you laugh at the start of the retrospective, you are ready for a much better retrospective than if you're just tense and anxious and nervous as it starts. So definitely great idea, the wedding retro, and the link is in the show notes. But of course, we do these retros because we want to help teams succeed. So Juliana, when you think about your work as a Scrum Master, what does success mean for you?
Tricky question, really tricky question. I would give an example where I feel myself as a successful Scrum Master. I will start from this real example. I have a development team, spread it all over the Europe, so it was not collocated team. And I have one person working with me in the office. And each time, so he was respecting the Scrum and he was performing very well. But each time he comments, so really, I don't know, Juliana, for what you have your salary. Why are you doing this job?
Ouch.
I don't see any of improvements and so on. And we have worked like for 1.5 years altogether. So it was mostly like in a funny way. So not like really blaming me, but he was really not understanding where is my value. And afterwards, he changed the company and we still keeping the contact with all of my team members. Actually, I am in the contact even after the years as we spread it through the companies. And after the 8 months, he called me and said, Juliana, now I know what you did that time. So really now I understanding, and it was so amazing work. And that was my really success story, because sometimes the work of the Scrum Master, you cannot measure it in the real numbers, because the work of the Scrum Master is dependent on the persons who are working with the team. So it's leadership, but still it's servant leadership. It's enabling the team. And sometimes it depends on so many factors that it's not possible to really predict. And to measure the success of Scrum Master, it's for me like to measure the success of the team itself and the company, how it's implemented, how it's used. And it's not easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And when, like, of course, in this case, you have a concrete measure of your success, right? Somebody who later on comes to you and says, oh my God, what you did was so important. Now I'm in this other company and nothing works and everything is upside down. That's kind of an obvious, right? But I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it happened to you, but it definitely happened to me. And I'm sure many of our listeners, that when people come to you and say, I don't know what you are doing here, I don't see any value, whatever, it kind of puts us in this question of, am I actually doing something? Right? Like, I mean, you might be busy the whole day, but then it triggers this question of, what am I doing that adds value? What am I doing that can be seen? So when you think about these questions, how do you phrase it for yourself so that you can overcome these moments of doubt, which are natural, right? Like anyone that wants to perform will have moments of doubt. Only the people who do not want to perform never have any doubts, right? So how do you answer those questions for you? How do I add value? How do I make my work visible?
It's actually the great question. I usually put in the interview when I have an interview to the company for the new job. I actually ask exactly the question, how you will measure my success in 3 months or in 6 months, that you know that I'm right person. For me, I answer it in this way. I'm choosing the focus areas of work, depending on the needs from the team and company as well. For example, I would say we would like to have definition of done for all the teams, and like an above alignment, how this all teams which come into one release, what definition of done or which points or rules they will have, if it's not done, for example, yet. And I set in me like an area of time where I will work on this with the team, to measure the progress, to see if it's to create definition of done. It's not so complicated, but to follow it constantly and to respect it, it's exactly the point of the Scrum Master. And I've really tracked this progress. I have like a list of 6 teams, and I'm just choosing, connecting to another Scrum Master and asking, could you please give me information or advice? Is it respected? Do you have problems? Do you need to adapt it? And we have like additional events checking up our definition of done. Do we need it for some revision? And all over the time, then I have this like topic closed. and I see this progress. And usually I choose in like 3 main points for 3 months, like time horizon, discussing with the team and asking what we really need to improve or what we really need to do. It's only one small part how Scrum Master can measure their work, measure their success. But without this focus, it's truly hard to see what you're really doing. It's for sure.
That's actually a very good point. Like, it can be as simple as just having an objective and checking if you're getting close to it. Of course, I would add to that getting feedback and sharing that with your stakeholders, like all of that stuff. But that's actually a very important kind of heuristic is, do I have a clear goal? Am I working towards that goal? Can I show what I've done towards that goal? Am I even measuring myself, right? Like, it's not about others necessarily, although they will need to eventually, but also about us measuring our own work. So I really like that approach. It's very practical. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for this question.
All right, I hope you liked this episode. But before you hit next episode, here's the deal. This podcast is powered by people like you, the members who wanted more than just inspiration. They wanted real tools and real connection to people who are practicing Agile every day. We're talking access to over 700 hours of Agile Gold, CTO level strategy talks, summit keynotes, live workshops, e-courses, deep dive interviews, books, and if you're into no estimates, we got the pioneers of no estimates in those deep dive interviews as well. Agile business intelligence, creating product visions, coaching your product owner courses, you name it. You'll get invites to monthly live Q&As with Agile pioneers and practitioners, plus a private Slack community, which is free of all of that AI slop you see everywhere, and of course, without the flame wars. It's a community of practitioners that want to learn and thrive together. It's the best place to connect with community and learn together. So if this podcast has helped you before, imagine what you will get from this podcast membership. So head on over to scrummastertoolbox.org/membership and join the community that's shaping the future of Agile. And we have so much for you. So check out all the details at scrummastertoolbox.org/membership, because listening is great, it's important, but doing it together, that's next level. I'll see you in the community Slack.
We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.